Why do you do this to me, Capcom? Why? I had just bought Monster Hunter Generations 2 months ago. And now you're already telling me you're coming out with a new game? Come on, Capcom. Well, better arrive on the hype train. Hello everybody, I am the Monarch of Dragons, and welcome to an in-depth analysis on the Monster Hunter Double Cross trailer. Now, why am I not doing a reaction video? Because those are overdone on the internet as it already is. So you know what, I thought, why not actually do something different and look in depth, see if I can possibly find out any details, create anything new, and just, do something different. And yes, for those of you who are wondering, I've already watched this trailer before. I am simply going through it and pointing out any details and talking about certain things. Who knows, maybe this will get some ideas in your head. With that out of the way, let's actually start the trailer. Okay, so the trailer opens up with us looking at the past trailers from Monster Hunter X, Cross, or as us Americans call it in the West, Generations. Pretty cool montage to reference the past. Okay, so this is the first big news update in Monster Hunter Generations, and that is the new hub. How do I know it's a new hub? Well, for starters, it acts very much like a hub. There are the professors, the people who give you the quests, you can walk around for starters, and most importantly, the chef. Anytime there's a village or hub, there's always a chef, no matter what. And when there's a chef, you can either tell that it's either a village or a hub entirely. So this can confirm a new hub is being introduced. And not to mention there's the guild quest lady right over there, or whoever that may be. So yes, people, this is a new hub. And this also brings up something that a lot of people have complained about for Monster Hunter Generations. No G rank. Which I, in all honesty, feel is a completely stupid argument. You wanna know why? Because Capcom does this every single time a new Monster Hunter game has come out. Does anyone remember Try and how it had no G rank, only to have G rank in free Ultimate? What about 4 for those of us Americans that never got it, but for the Japanese? 4 Ultimate was released about a year later and had G rank. You see what I mean, people? This is a pattern that has begun ever since the first Monster Hunter game, and will most likely continue for a very long time. So, in all actuality, this is basically the ultimate edition of Monster Hunter Generations. And I find it completely stupid that people are arguing about there being no G rank, because this is a pattern that has been going on for the past 4 generations of Monster Hunter. So it's completely stupid for people to argue about it right here, right now, when they literally know there's going to be an Ultimate Edition that comes out at some point. But I digress. So, this hub, basically, in a nutshell, confirms that G rank is coming back, and that we can expect a whole new level of difficulty. And here, ladies and gentlemen, we get our first look at the new introduced area in the game. It has been called the Ruined Ridge, and this is where one of the main things in this video is I'm going to point out. Alright, let's actually look through what the Ruined Ridge looks like. So we got a civilization over there, and look at this. Crumbled ruins. Crumbled ruins. Where have we seen that before? Oh, I don't know, with quite a few other places. The Ancestral Step, the Tower, a bunch of other places. What do all these places have in common? The ancient civilization. And I feel that we're going to get a serious theme of the ancient civilization. For those of you who don't know, the ancient civilization is, of course, a civilization that lived long ago in the world of Monster Hunter, but suddenly became extinct due to a great war long ago. As such, many of their buildings and relics still remain here in the modern world. But their secrets have yet to be discovered. And what are the ancient civilizations known for? Why, building things, of course. By using the Forbidden Act to create buildings from the parts of monsters they have enslaved. This has been most notable in the Frontier series, though, with places like the Cloud Viewing Fortress and the Sky Corridor, buildings that were built yet again by the ancient civilization, with the Cloud Viewing Fortress used by them in order to view the clouds and the weather. And the Sky Corridor, well, who knows, but it's mostly suggested to keep out strangers from wandering in and finding out anything. So I definitely feel that there may be a large hint of the ancient civilization in this game, especially with the ruined ridge. And this is what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. This looks like an oddly strange area. Let's look at it for a sec. There are no other things in the area. It's just this raised platform that with no mountains around it. And plus glowing veins on the rock if you look through carefully. Coincidence? This definitely looks out of place, doesn't it? And here we can see what appears to be a planetoid in the sky. It could either be a sun or another planet, but who knows what it's for. But maybe this place was designed for a purpose. Like the Cloud Viewing Fortress, maybe this place was designed to view the cosmos, the planets, and the moons that surround the Monster Hunter world. Maybe that's the reason why this gigantic rock in the middle of nowhere is here. And we get our first returning monster, Barioth, from the third generation of games. And I cannot tell you how excited I am that Barioth has finally come back in this new game. He was one of my favorite monsters in the third generation, and was my personal go-to for ice weapons. He was such a fun fight, and I'm finally glad that he makes it into it. Another thing important to bring up here is the armor, and another reason why I think this is going to be G rank. Because look at the armor. It's definitely Malfestio, but it's not any Malfestio armor we've seen. It's not the low rank, it's not the high rank, which means this is the G rank armor, as you can tell by the different design. And not to mention, the Great Macau weapon also looks severely different. Another indication of G rank. And here we get our first new look at the new style introduced in Monster Hunter Generations. Ladies and gentlemen, the Brave style. Though very little is known about how the style has worked, what we do know is that the Brave style works like this. There's a gauge on the upper left of your Hunter health, or on the Hunter icon. And the more you attack and get reckless with the enemy, the more the gauge fills up. Once the gauge fully fills up, it can give its owner all sorts of benefits and buffs, including what the trailer shows, such as various new attacks and power buffs. I can see this definitely being used for a lot of people, especially greatsword users. And here we have another new monster returning, the Barioth, which I am also super glad about, and we also get our sneak peek at an area that appears in the game. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this appeared in one of the earlier games, maybe the Generation 2 or the Generation 1. Either that or it's a new area entirely, I'm not sure. but please, someone tell me in the comments below. But I think this is an old area making a comeback, and I am definitely glad that Barov is coming back. We also get our look at what appears to be a Brave-style longsword. I can see myself definitely using this at some point. Looks freaking awesome. Oh yeah, and then we have the Palicos, which were given a new role in Generations, as you can now finally play with them. And it looks like that in Monster Hunter Double Cross, they've either had the ability to actually have hunter styles, or they've gained a few new moves. Either way, I bet this will definitely increase the level of interest of people who want to play Prowler. And here we get our first look at one of the brand new deviants. Now, some people may say that it's a subspecies or variant, but I beg to differ. For one, notice the differences on this Diablos. It doesn't just have purple, but also regular Diablos coloration, meaning that this is unlike any other normal Diablos. Second, its right horn has a bit of purple on it, which is definitely unlike any other Diablos. Fourth and finally, the left horn seems to have multiple but twisted horns sprouting from it. From these, we can conclude that this is a deviant, and as shown in the upcoming attacks, this definitely seems to be the case. A fun little fact: this actually turns out to be one of the new flagships. Having a deviant as a flagship, that's interesting. Oh, by the way, I think someone actually translated this into Demon Diablos or something like that. I don't know how to read Japanese or kanji, so if someone could translate that in the comment section below, I would deeply appreciate that. But I think it was something like Demon Diablos? I'm not sure. And here we get our first new look at the new flagship, Baru Faruku, also known as the Jet Dragon. I'm not kidding. It has jets for wings. It literally propels itself in the air with jet boosters on its wings. When in Monster Hunter did you ever think this would ever happen? Whatever the team is smoking, I want some of this. I also really like the design. It looks like a combination between the Gormagala, Nagakuga, and if someone just attached a rocket booster to them. It has also been confirmed that this monster is in fact an Elder Dragon, the second new Elder Dragon introduced in Generations, with Nakarkos being the first, and that it will control the dragon element. Very interesting design, and I cannot wait to personally fight this thing. What's going to be even more awesome is how its armor and weapons is going to look. Trust me, I am definitely going to farm for its armor. And finally in the trailer, we are shown this. A hunter holding what appears to be a barrel or whatever, and getting some sort of buff by the end of it. It's an interesting thing, and apparently it's supposed to be one of the new styles. So, we now have Guild, Adept, Striker, Aerial, Brave, and now this new style. So that's 6 in total, which actually seems to match up really perfectly, since if you include the Demon Diablos and Baru Faruku, that's 6 flagships. So, all the styles definitely seem to match up. Though this style has not been given a name, we can expect it to be talked about more in the future. And that is basically all that's left of the video. It just basically, the remainder of the video just shows us the release date in Japan being March of 2017, the 18th. One thing I like to point out, however, in this trailer was how odd this new flagship looked. Baru Faruku. It has jet boosters for wings, and while we have had ridiculous designs like that before, nothing as, well, ridiculous as this. And why would it be here of all places? Next to the stars. Well, I believe that the ancient civilization might have actually had its species as guardians. Yeah. And you want to know why I believe that? Well, that's because of this. Sometimes, in the sky corridor, a new monster can appear out of the blue. One of the most vicious monsters in the game, capable of knocking out entire parties with just a single move. Well, a monster so vicious that it is almost impossible. That's right, people, the Ramu Diera, the guardian of the ancient sky corridor. A monster that was left here intentionally by the ancient civilization to guard the treasures and what lay within the sky corridor, with the task to kill any hunters who dare step inside the sky corridor in an attempt to gain the treasure and what knowledge may lie within it. And it has been confirmed that the ancient civilization may have had other guardians, though Ramu Diera is the only one known so far. So what if this new dragon is a guardian? A monster left by the ancient civilization to guard this rock, this cosmo-viewing rock, used by the ancients to view the cosmos and the planets nearby. But what could the hunters achieve by going here? What knowledge and treasure could they gain? Who knows? Hey, but that's just all a theory, so it may not actually be true in the full game, but it is interesting thought material to think about it. Alrighty guys, that's my thoughts, theories, and analysis on the Monster Hunter Double Cross trailer. I want to know what you guys think of the trailer itself. Are you hyped about the new game? Are you excited, or are you worried? And what are some details you've noted in the trailer, and what are some theories you have? Please let me know in the comment section below. A like, favorite, thumbs up, subscribe, anything helps out the channel, and I wholeheartedly appreciate the support you guys are giving me. This is the Monarch of Dragons, signing out.